Most of us go to life and we say, I want a good life. What is your version of a good life? And again, there's about 150 of us. And in this room and virtually, and imagine 150 of us go to the best home builder, best of the best, and we say, hey, build me a great home. Can that home builder build you that home? No. Because we'll have 150 different versions of what a great home would be. We have to let that builder know. We create some blueprints, we create some designs, we let them know how big our house is and how many bedrooms and the furnishings, and there's a level of specificity required in order to get our version of the great home. What is your version of a good life? Where there is no vision, people perish. Where there is no vision, people perish. Now, do they physically perish? No, but they live a much more muted version of life. The life force within them perishes. That's what dies. They're going through the motions, right? On the hamster wheel, creating by default. The Dalai Lama, in order to carry a positive action, we develop here a positive vision. Our vision informs our actions. When we have a vision of what we want to create in our own lives, it informs our actions. It informs the steps that we take. Just like the blueprints for your home inform the builder how to proceed. They're looking at the blueprints to know their next step. We look to our blueprints for our life to know what our action steps are taking. And in the absence of having that blueprint, we're just doing life, right? We're doing today what we did yesterday because it's what we did yesterday. Your vision is a way to organize your thinking and organize your actions. C.S. Lewis says, you are never too old to set another goal or to dream a new dream. There's lots of research that shows many people wait for retirement. I'm going to work really hard, and when I retire, then I'll start living life. And the statistics of the number of people that get seriously ill or die within a year or 2 years of retirement is astounding. Why is that? There's no new dream. There's no new vision. Where there's no dream, people perish. And as long as we're breathing, we want to have a dream. We want to have a dream because life is seeking greater expression through you right now. It's asking you to be more, to do more, to have more. We're meant to grow. Life is dynamic. It's not static. And in fact, if we're not growing, we're dying. There's no stasis. We're never sitting still. We're never standing still. Eleanor Roosevelt, the future belongs to those who believe in the beauty of their dreams. We're a very, very special species, us human beings. If you think about a tree can only be a tree. You can be anything you want. You can be anything you want. Harriet Tubman, every great dream begins with a dreamer. But we got to be willing to dream the dream. So we're creating a blueprint. We're creating a blueprint for a life that we would love. When I left the corporate world, I had lots of discontent. I had longing to make a greater impact and to be there for my kids in the way that I wanted to be there for them. And when I made the decision to leave that corporate career, I only knew a couple of things. I knew that I wanted to make an impact. I knew that I wanted opportunities for growth. And I knew that I wanted time, freedom, and flexibility to be able to be there for my kids. There's some things you know you want right now. There's some things that maybe are a little bit fuzzy. But there's some things that you know. Start with what you do know. I like to think about our vision. If you consider that our vision, what it does is it organizes our thinking. It organizes our attention. We're going to be talking more about that tomorrow. And I like to use this example of we live on an acreage and it gets really dark out there, but if you've ever gone for a walk in the dark at night with a flashlight, raise your hand if you've ever gone in the, you can relate to this. And if you haven't done this, you can imagine it in your mind. And you've got your flashlight pointed in the direction that you want to go. And pretty soon, it's dark and it's quiet, and you're pointing in the direction you want to go, and pretty soon you hear a noise in the bush. Anybody ever had that experience, or on the side of the path? Where does your flashlight go? Right? Ooh, what was that? And maybe it was nothing, and so you point your flashlight back in the direction that you want to go, and then pretty soon you hear footsteps behind you, right? And what's happening to your flashlight? You're doing this all of a sudden. And this is what we do in our lives, right? We start out maybe with a direction. I'm heading in this direction, but pretty soon we hear noises over here, and those noises are, oh, here's what's happening in the economy. Here's what my parents are telling me I should do. Here's what my friends think. And we've got all of this noise and all of this distraction, and behind us we have a past, and we have a history. And pretty soon we're listening to our past and our history, to what we think we're capable of. And oh no, you've tried that before and you failed and it didn't work. And pretty soon, where we were directed on something, now we're just all over the place. Can you relate to that? Your vision gives you a place to lock in that flashlight, lock in your attention, and move you in the direction you want to go. And so as we're visioning here this weekend, I'm going to invite you to tune out the noise, right? Sometimes that's in we hear it in our parents' voices, we hear it in our spouses, we hear it in our kids, the economy, the news, and truly tune in to what's seeking to emerge in you. And just give yourself permission to listen to that still small voice. Would you be willing to do that? Yeah. Awesome. And it keeps us focused. And it acts like a roadmap. So we're going to be creating a blueprint for our life. Most of us don't know to do that. We spend more time planning a weekend away than we do our lives. Right? You know what you're packing and where you're going, and you can see yourself sitting on the beach, and right? You've dedicated a weekend to create a blueprint for your life.